Hello and welcome to another short drawing lesson. This week I'm going to draw one of the craziest cars I've ever seen. It's the Leyat Helica. So the first thing we'll do is a wheel at the front. Try to draw lightly if you can. And then the next wheel will be 1, 2, 3 wheels further back and draw another one of those. The next part to do is a horizontal line, and that's half a wheel higher than the wheel. So measure here, half a wheel, horizontal line. And now we need some arcs to sit on there. So we've got the lowest point is going to be level with the middle of the front wheel and one wheel further back. So that's that mark there. The highest point, or the furthermost forward point, will be level with the middle of the front wheel, touching that line there. And the furthest point back will be level with the back edge of the back wheel here. So we need an arc that goes down there and up to there, approximately. Something like that. And then we need another arc that sits on top there, but a much flatter one. And I don't know, but that kind of... So we've got a nice sort of leaf shape, nice and aerodynamic. And you'll see why later. Out of this we need to cut some places for our pilot and passenger to sit. So if we come to this lowest point, go up to there, that's where you can draw a little arc and chop out 2 little holes for the people to sit. Next thing we need is a motor, and that goes at the front here, and that's a bit like it's a V-twin air-cooled thing, so it looks a bit like a chimney. So you can draw these sort of cooling fins on the top of the cylinder, the barrels. And they usually have some spark plugs sitting out the top, and an exhaust pipe, quite a thin one, bending its way down the side here, coming out there. And we can chop a piece out of the bodywork for that to stick out from. And now here comes the weirdest part. On the front here is a giant propeller, but thankfully they decided that having somebody taxiing an aeroplane around through crowded streets might be a bit dangerous, so a guard would be a good idea. So they put a big shroud around it, so we don't have to draw the actual blades of the propeller, but they sit on the front here. So the shroud is a little bit lower than the bottom of the car, and this distance here needs to be mirrored at top and bottom so that it's symmetrical. And rather than just drawing a box, we'll draw a very, very shallow ellipse. See, it's like we're looking at a circle from the side, but almost completely side on, but not quite. And that's where the propeller's inside. And that will need some supports. Going back to the bodywork, there's one at the top there. And the wheels need some supports as well. They've got a kind of a wishbone or something coming out here, but it's not the front wheels that steer. It's another cutout sort of thing there. It's the rear wheels that do the turning. They're on a kind of an A-frame thing that comes up into the bodywork. And the bodywork has also got a cutout there, which is quite nice. And those are supported. And they're steered with some wires that come back here to the steering wheel, which is up here, vertical. So we're getting to the part where we can add some details. So we could add a pilot. Give him some goggles. One of those aviator scarves. That's probably a really bad idea near any propellers. And to get in and out of the car you need some steps. There's one for the front, one for the back, with the little supports underneath. And a number plate. And there are various little brackets and things that hold the car together, and rivets. They give you an idea of what the structure is underneath the skin. Some catches there to probably so you can get to the engine. Some little fuel fillers or something, oil filler. And now we'll do it in motion, so this time I'm going to add the shadow of the car quite low down so that it looks like the car's actually flying. It's making a very short flight. Some dust flying up, all adds a bit of motion. You could try and suggest the wheels on the far side. It has got 4 wheels. You don't want to make them too heavy, just so that they recede a bit. And at this point, hopefully if you've been drawing lightly, you can go around and start to add a bit of darkness to, and a bit more shading to some of the bits that need it. The engine's usually quite dark and oily, sooty. Any cut out parts where you can see the bodywork on the far side. Shadows on things like those struts that are going up inside the bodywork. General kind of oil and dust and scratches. And you can firm up some of the important lines like the underneath that's a bit darker. So I hope you enjoyed finding out about one of the more unusual vehicles to grace the roads in the past. And let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. And I'll see you for another one soon.